Good morning, my friends. This morning, these workers will set out to build a beautiful home from sturdy tree trunks. Let us begin with the first stage. After pouring the concrete foundation and forming the base, the workers will insulate the concrete before installing the panels on top of it. They are now laying the wooden planks in a perfectly even alignment, spraying them down, and immediately beginning to trim the excess boards from the edges. After finishing the spraying and cleaning of the wood, they proceed to cut away the excess edges from all corners.
This worker is cutting some small pieces to be used later for fastening. Now comes the stage of insulating the wooden bases with thermal fiber to prevent friction between the logs. The fiber is laid in place and securely fastened.
The insulation is also applied to all the ends of the logs in the same manner. Here, the panels are also carefully insulated and secured in the same manner. After completing the insulation, they lift the first log, split in half, with a crane and place it in the first corner, one after another, ensuring complete insulation between each log. Now they are measuring the distance between the logs and starting the second stage. These two workers are aligning the log to secure it in place.
This worker is inserting a long nail with two nuts on its ends to clamp the beams together. A clever idea, isn't it?
Now the logs are being insulated for the next stage, and these workers are performing their tasks with remarkable efficiency. What exhausting work!
Here, the worker is crafting a hammer out of wood, knowing that using a metal one would crush the logs. What a smart and practical solution. After finishing the work at the front, we move together to the back of the building to continue this stage. The logs are placed, and each one is secured to the other using long cylindrical wooden pegs through pre-drilled holes.
Now begins the third stage. The workers are placing each log, striking it with the wooden hammer, and inserting wooden dowels to ensure each log fits firmly with the next. Between every layer, insulation is also applied, just as we did in the first stage. These small pieces are being placed to later divide the interior into rooms.
Here comes the truck, loaded with logs for the final stages of construction as they are about to complete the first floor. These logs are much heavier than the previous stages, as their weight relies on reinforced foundations. To secure the lower part of the structure, they place the heavy logs at the top, using them as supporting pillars for the design. You'll see this in the upcoming stages. We are now approaching the completion of the exterior. The logs have been placed with tremendous effort, and the carvings you see are intended for the future installation of windows. What an enormous amount of work and exhaustion! Now, the workers are lifting the final interior section right in the middle of the house. This is the last piece for the lower part of the house, and the edges are being fastened together with nails. Now we begin a new stage, completely different from the previous ones. This worker is drilling a deep hole into a log and attaching a metal base, securing it firmly into the wood. Here, they are leveling the log surface using a saw. This process requires significant time and effort, and the worker must be extremely precise in his work. After spraying the log, it's the crane's turn to lift and position it. Here, they prepare the log that will be placed on top, carefully extending it over the existing one and securing them together with nails. The process is then repeated on the opposite side.
Now, additional logs are placed on top to secure and add weight. This process is carried out with great precision, as the design relies on both the weight and the interlocking of the logs.
The process continues stage by stage using the crane as they keep adding logs and hammering them to achieve a stronger interlock.
Now we reach the penultimate stage, preparing long, straight wooden planks to lay across the roof, ensuring greater structural cohesion.
They place additional logs on top of these planks to ensure support from the foundations and to create a stronger interlock across the entire structure.
After that, they spray the entire roof in preparation for the final stage of the construction.
Now we begin the final stage, installing the upright pillars above the house. Each log is carefully drilled and lowered into the extended beam below, with full insulation applied to allow smooth positioning and movement. It's truly a pleasure to witness such precision and craftsmanship, to see this architectural masterpiece take shape. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and join me in discovering more engineering marvels and some of the most skilled workers in the world.
Enjoy watching, and don't forget to like the video to support me.